Hey guys, how you all doing today? And today I'll be watching The Matrix Revolutions, the third movie in this trilogy. Now, I did say I'll be watching the Animatrix before this. I was going to go in release order, but you know what? Let's finish this trilogy first, and then we move on to that. But in the last movie, my mind was I had a brain fart throughout like the third act of the movie. The architect scene was it was definitely a scene that I had to revisit afterwards to understand what it was about. I felt like it was a bit overloaded with too much exposition and philosophical elements in the first movie, which actually worked in my opinion. But in this one, I felt like it was too much, and there was too much information thrown at you. That's my opinion. But I enjoy the action scenes for the most part. The highway scene was phenomenal, and even though it was a bit goofy with the CGI and certain shots were a bit weird, but I enjoyed the 100 Agent Smiths versus Neo, even though it did drag after a while. There were certain scenes in the movie where it felt like it dragged a bit too much, and I just noticed I'm wearing the same T-shirt that I wore when I was watching the second movie. So you know what? I'm gonna wear this too when I watch Animatrix. Just keep that consistency. But there was one scene I remember that really dragged out. I was thinking midway through, like, what the hell is going on? That like rave that all the people in Zion are having. I'm like, why is this scene lasting 5 minutes longer than it should be? But I did enjoy the movie for the most part, and that scene of the architect, it was an interesting like twist. So Neo is like a program that has already run before, like 5 times before, and the architect, he's like the creator of the Matrix. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know. And he gives Neo essentially a choice between restarting the Matrix and saving some people, or crashing the Matrix and saving Trinity, but everyone else is pretty much doomed, and he chooses to save Trinity, which is, I guess, a bit, if you think about it, kind of a selfish reason. Like, why? So it's he chooses to save Trinity for his own, because he loves her, not because he cares about the people on Zion. But and the Oracle is like the part of the Matrix too, and you had Agent Smith who was able to like disconnect himself from the Matrix and become like a virus. One of you guys made a good comment in the second movie reaction that Smith is like, the best way to describe Smith is like he's like a virus. He can copy and paste himself onto other people and create more of himself, duplicates, and he spreads around, and he's now infiltrated Zion pretty much. And he's that guy. What's his name? I think his name was like Bane, something like that. So, and it ended on the cliffhanger with him being the only survivor from. I think something's happened from the ending, and I think he was the cause of it, and now he's still alive, and Agent Smith is inside the real world. But yeah, that's what I got from the last movie. As you can tell from my reaction from the last movie, I was like, what? Okay, yeah, okay. And I try my best. Like this series is like the most thought provoking, the most, I won't say convoluted, but it's all coming at you, and you don't really get a chance to breathe and understand it. That's just my opinion anyway. But if you want to watch the full length reaction to this movie, the final movie in this trilogy, or I guess the fourth movie is coming out soon, so take that as you wish. But my point is, if you want to check out the reaction to this movie, full length reaction, you can do it on my Patreon. And if you want to see what I react to next, you can vote on my Patreon. So, yes, it's all consensual, my friends. It's all consensual. But the Matrix Revolutions, and also I forgot about this too. Neo was able to use his superpowers, or whatever you want to call them, in the real world. He was able to stop those machines. How? How? Now, someone made a really good comment from the last movie. Maybe the real world is also a simulation. Dun dun dun. And I liked we saw the people in Zion, because in the first movie it was mentioned a lot, but in the last movie we got to see the people, and the tension, and people not believing in Neo, for example. You got Morpheus, who is hell bent to believe that he is the one, while I forgot the guy's name. The guy who was a rival with Morpheus because of the oh, what's her name? You know, I'm on about though, that chick. And he was like, you know what, we need just to stick to the plan because these machines are going to attack Zion. We need to get all our forces together and get all our ships. And Morpheus wanted Nebuchadnezzar to find the Oracle. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to see where that goes to. But even though the second movie, you know, kind of confused me at times, I'm curious to see how they end it. And I guarantee you I'll be just as confused as I was in the last movie by the time this ends. And yeah, further ado, let's fucking do this, boys and girls. 3, 2, 1, go.
His neural patterns don't read like someone who's in a coma. The strange thing is, I see these patterns all the time.
Where?
On someone jacked in.
So he is in the Matrix.
It looks like the machines will be in Zion in just under 20 hours.
Jesus H. Christ. All right, let's move.
I sense a epic
Get
battle.
upstairs and
Yes, sir. I bring word from the Oracle. You must come at once.
Oh. I forgot who that was at first, I'm not gonna lie. It's the bodyguard of the Oracle, isn't he? Is it another simulation? What is it?
where
Like
am
another program?
This
Or?
is the train station.
This isn't the Matrix.
Station.
That's where the train goes. That's where we're going. But you cannot go with us.
Why not?
Why?
He won't let you.
Who won't?
He.
The train man.
Why? Because of who the train man works for.
The Merovingian.
He has placed a bounty on your lives. You must be careful at all times.
This fucking guy.
Seraph knows how to find the train man. He'll go with you. For years, he has protected me. I hope he can do the same for you.
Please follow me.
He held his own against Neo, so I'm confident in his abilities. That Merovingian, of course he has to be French.
Oracle.
Your programs.
Oh, yes. I am the power plant systems manager for recycling operations. My wife is an interactive software programmer. She is highly creative.
What are you doing here? You do not belong here.
Kamala, goodness, I apologize. My wife can be very direct.
It's okay. I don't have an
So
answer.
strange this is.
I don't even...
Heard a program speak of love.
It is a
Yeah.
human emotion.
No, it is a word. What matters is the connection the word implies.
What an interesting scene that was. Weird. Very weird.
No one can help you.
Is he the train man? Who's he? Look at Trinity. She got some moves. I love how that guy runs, by the way. Again, he's doing Tom Cruise proud. He's disappeared, Nani.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I built this place. Down here, I make the rules. Down here, I make the threats. Down here, I'm God.
So be it.
Except from the shooting part, Trinity can do that to me anytime you like. Nice. You go, girl. You go, girl. There's so much slow motion in this sequence. Like the first movie when she did that to the cop. Oh, I see what's going on here.
It seems a perfectly fair and reasonable deal to me. Yes? No?
I don't have time for this shit.
Exactly, Trinity. My girl. Me and her on the same, same lane, you know. fuck these people and their dominatrix costume, weirdness, fucking bull gags, chains, I don't know, shit.
You give me Neo, or we all die right here, right now.
Interesting deal.
You ain't gonna get no eyes of the Oracle. I'm supposed to be like celebrating, but I don't really care.
Are you ready for
Maybe
us?
I'm being a dick.
Almost there. How I separated my mind from my body without jacking in. Tell me how I stopped 4 Sentinels by thinking it. Tell me just what the hell is
Tell
happening
me.
to me.
The power of the One extends beyond this world. It reaches from here all the way back to where it came from.
Where?
The source. That's what you felt when you touched those Sentinels. But you weren't ready for it.
Right.
I see the end coming. I see the darkness spreading. I see death. And you are all that stands in his way.
Smith.
No pressure, Neo. That's. I would say Smith, but I want to say Smiths.
What did you do with Scotty?
Cookies need love like everything does.
You are a bastard.
You would know, Mom.
What the fuck? Cookies need love like everything.
what you
What? What
need
are you?
to
What?
do.
What
Yes,
the
ma'am.
fuck? Oh no. This is not good. Like he was. But now he's took over the Oracle. He's a lot more powerful now. What's this? What are these visions? Is it of the future?
Commander, just one more question. Has there been word from the Nebuchadnezzar?
None, and at this point, there's no reason to expect that there ever will be.
Perhaps. But we can hope.
I'm afraid hope is an indulgence I don't have time for.
I understand his position though. That's why I'm not mad at him.
Okay, I'm 16.
Minimum age for the cause, 18. 16's too young.
Machines don't care how old I am. They kill me just the same.
That's the goddamn truth. And you'll find me and the machines have got something in common.
Okay, the dude from Full Metal Jacket. I know it's not actually him, but damn. I got that impression straight away.
Okay.
Let me see your war face.
What if I did destroy those ships and I am responsible for the deaths of all those men?
Love how he speaks just like Smith. He got that down really well. Look at him, he's got the mannerisms too.
Of course, it might not be very safe for you either.
Shit on it.
6 hours ago, I told the Merovingian I was ready to give anything and everything for you. Do you know what's changed in the last 6 hours?
No.
Nothing.
Oh, the chemistry. I can just feel it. It reminds me of Anakin and Padme in their chemistry. It just does.
Let's move it.
Maybe I'm being unfair, but I don't know.
You're not leaving them
I
anything?
don't like sand.
No, the honor is still mine.
What is the plan? So go to the Machine City, which seems impossible, and destroy it, I guess.
About damn time.
Destroy the big boss, I guess. Nice. Fuck him up, Trinity. Nice.
Neo, it's vague, it's psychotic.
You're gonna pay for that.
47 kilometers to go.
Oh,
Maggie, sir. She's dead. Murdered.
Neo, he's psychotic. You're gonna pay for that. That was brilliant. That was brilliant.
Oh yes, Mr. Anderson. It can't be. There's nowhere I can't go. There is nowhere I won't find you.
Dude, he looks fucked up.
I can see you.
Mr. Anderson, it's not over.
What the fuck? I actually enjoyed that fight scene.
Trinity!
He's seen better days. He has seen better days. It reminds me of the thing from Avatar.
Shit!
You've alerted them.
Jigs up, here they come.
Give me full power, full system.
Man the gun turret.
Drill. Watch more swarm in now like flies. Oh, fuck. That looks pretty badass. How they shot that then. Oh my god. So many of them.
Oh my god.
There was so many of them. Oh, fuck. How is he still alive, man? If I was that kid, I would not do this. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. He had a good death.
I didn't finish the training program.
Neither did I.
A lot of destruction as a kid. Oh, be careful. I don't think the ship will be working afterwards. He's the hero. Captain Fufine, Newfine, Dufine will be proud. Yay, they're reunited. I'm not gonna lie, there's more chemistry between those two than between Trinity and Neo. That's just my personal opinion. Oh, it's their forces. It looks phenomenal, by the way. These set pieces, like these action sequences, and look at that. That looks phenomenal. It doesn't look like I'm in a video game. It doesn't look like that. In the second movie, it had those elements. Ugh. Back down to hell.
I've gone as far as I can.
What?
Ah.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
1, 2, like 5 of them.
It's time.
You can't save her this time. The movie is trying to make you feel a certain way about this, but I don't feel that sad. Why? I like Trinity. I like Neo. I just don't feel that sad. Maybe I'm a heartless bastard. Let me know in the comments. I was right. There's a big baddie. That is weird looking. Makes me feel uncomfortable.
And his
He's gonna fight Smith. Is that what he's gonna do? Oh, that's a great shot. Oh my god, look at all those Smiths. And look at Neo, looking dapper. So he's been sent by the head honcho of the machines to face the program, the Oracle powerful version of Smith.
Mr. Anderson, welcome back.
Whoa, this reminds me of Man of Steel when General Zod and Superman are fighting. They're going through all these buildings. Come on, Neo. No matter how hard you hit, how hard you can get hit, they keep moving forward. And once you can take and keep moving forward. That's how when it's done. Come on, Neo. Like that effect. Extra slow motion. That shot. Why, Mr. Anderson? Why do you persist, Mr. Anderson? No. I think I get it. Because Neo's a program, right? He wanted Smith to assimilate him.
It is done.
Right, that was the plan. So there's peace now with Zion. There's peace. There's peace. The machines can fuck off now. Will there be another war down the line? Is that why there's going to be a sequel, Matrix 4? Will the machines come back now? Can you have another rave now? And drag it out for 10 minutes. So what happens to him now? Where's he going?
Just how long do you think this peace is going to last?
As long as it can.
What others?
The ones that want out.
Obviously, they will be freed.
I have your word.
What do you think I am? Human?
This music. Let's just listen to this music for a bit. Whoa. I liked that movie a lot more than the last one. I really did. Now, it's not because there was more action. I didn't know. I just felt like it was a good conclusion. Now, I don't know why they're making a fourth one. I don't feel well. The architect did say you really think this piece will last. So I assume in the fourth movie this piece will end and there's going to be more problems, and that's inevitable, isn't it, between the machines and the people in Zion. But as a movie, I think the ending, from what I got from it, is how he was able to destroy Smith was by pardon me, I'm sorry, I've had a really big dinner. Okay. Neo he was planning on getting assimilated by Smith because Neo was a program, isn't he? That's why he was repeated 6 times now, part of this matrix. So he was banking on getting assimilated so that the machine could destroy Smith. So that's what I got from it, and it makes sense. at the ending, people will be freed, I guess. People who want to be aware of the Matrix have the opportunity to know now and be free from this. They're not part of the simulation if they choose. Because at the end of the day, someone sent me a funny link to The Office when they did a parody of the Matrix, and one guy said, I don't want to be part of them. I don't want to be part of the real world. I like the simulation. I got a wife, got a nice family. There are some people who would feel that way. So yeah, but what happened to Neo? I'm not sure. Did he die? What happened? It's not very clear. But the Oracle said that she suspects that he will be back, and we know he will be back in this fourth movie. And Trinity died. She sacrificed. She didn't sacrifice herself. She died in the process of trying to help Neo get to the Machine City. And yeah, I'll give this trilogy one criticism. I don't see much chemistry between Trinity and Neo in terms of the actors. You guys might disagree with me. This is just my opinion. Like, I don't feel as much connection. Yes, they say I love you. They have sex. They have sex in the second movie. They kiss and all, but that doesn't mean anything. I don't see much chemistry, and it reminded me a lot in terms of their line delivery, in terms of how they exchange conversations. It reminds me a lot of Padme and Anakin in the prequels. And is that due to bad writing for those scenes, or is it due to the performances? I'm not sure. The action scenes, it looked phenomenal when all these fucking Sentinels, went into that docking area. It looked phenomenal. It looked really good. And the scene when Niobe is trying to get through that gate, while all those Sentinels is on a ship, it looked really good. It didn't distract me. The action scenes did not distract me like the second one did, except from the highway scene in the second movie. That scene with the fucking millions of Agent Smiths and you could tell the CGI looked like a PS2 game, in my opinion, in the second movie. In this one, the fight scene towards the end with all those Agent Smiths and going through building to building and the storm, it looked really good. It didn't distract me with the CGI. I actually enjoyed those action sequences. And I like when Bane, aka Agent Smith, is fighting with, Neo from the real world, and the fight is a lot more real. And I like that juxtaposition to the fight we get later on in the end. So, for me, this was a decent finale to this trilogy. I really think this is my second favorite out of this trilogy. And because I feel like the second movie is overloaded with too much information. He just throws it at you. And Zion is ultimately saved for now, but they didn't destroy the machines. So in a way, the story is not over. The idea of these machines still looming is still a problem. Because I'm telling you now, yes, there's peace now because of Agent Smith and what he was doing, because he was becoming way too powerful. There will be a problem down the line. So a sequel kind of makes sense in that situation, but it'll be something we've already seen, though, that this war between these people and the machines. But I cared more about the Zion versus the machine story more than Neo and Trinity for some reason. That was the main part of this movie, and I think I actually enjoyed that. The ending, Neo does place a really important part of the movie where he makes an agreement with the head honcho of the machines to basically get rid of Agent Smith and deal with it and then have peace for now. And yeah, and I loved seeing Locke's face afterwards when the machines back away and leave him, and he realizes, hey, Neo he is the chosen one, and I was saying all these things, and it was all a bunch of BS. And after watching the second movie and then seeing that it gave you a good satisfaction. At least it did for me. But yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, to be honest, because people do shit on these two movies. But that fight scene in the end when he's going through, when Smith and Neo going through building to building and all over the city, it reminded me a lot of Man of Steel. I know Man of Steel came out afterwards, but that fight scene between Zod and Superman going through all the buildings in Metropolis, it reminded me a lot of that. It just did. I just got that vibe towards it. But yes, if I had to, like rate each of these movies out of like 10, the first Matrix I'll give it like an 8.5, 9 out of 10. Reloaded, I would give it probably a 6.5, 7, and this I'll give it a solid 7.5, 8 out of 10, which is it's a decent third movie. And normally a franchise, it gets worse as the sequels go on, and the third movie manages to get it a bit higher. And I'm curious to see what you guys think. Do you guys, just like the first movie? Some of you guys have told me just watch the first movie and Animatrix, ignore the other two. and some of you said just watch all of them. And I'm gonna watch. I've watched all of them except for Animatrix, and I'm of the opinion that you should watch the sequels. There are some bad things in my opinion. I think the second one was more of the victim in terms of just too much information thrown at you, and these riddles as well, and by the Oracle, by the architect, and even by like Frenchmen as well, and I do feel like that's the weaker aspect of the trilogy in my opinion. Maybe because I just don't get it. But yeah, that is my opinion on this movie, and I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to this. My reaction to Animatrix will be up shortly afterwards, and you guys have told me Animatrix explains how this came to be with the machines and the Matrix, so I'm looking forward to have some context. And if I had to guess, it's probably some the same reasons why Skynet happened. I don't know, in Terminator, but that's just my guess. And yeah, so expect that soon. And obviously Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, and some Patreon requested movies I will be getting to like really soon in a couple of days. And yeah, that's the horizon for this channel, and I do appreciate the support. I really do. We hit 3,000 subscribers. That means a lot to me. You guys are awesome, and you guys make me smile. And if you are interested to watch the full-length reaction to this movie, you can do it on my Patreon. And if you want to see what I do next, you can vote on my Patreon too. And I will see you guys next time. And my squeaky chair, I want to say goodbye to. I hate squeaky chairs. They are so irritating. I remember in school when I was in a class, it was very quiet and I had a really squeaky chair. And every time the teacher was talking, I was purposely doing this. And it would make a lot of noise. And it would piss her off. It would piss her off so much. But anyway, I will see you guys next time and have a good day.